Crown started back in high school. Like I think the first dude that I sort of brought in was Hayden, and then we found Andy, and then I think like a year later we found Taddy.
The learning curve on this thing was the steepest ever. You know, we got signed as teenagers, and so every mistake we made was been kind of just a part of our career at this point. You know, any you know, songs or anything that we messed up was kind of out on display pretty from the get-go, especially because we were an internet band kind of put on by you know, MySpace, YouTube, Facebook.
It's day 2 of vocals? Day 3 of vocals?
Yeah.
What are we on now?
Fun screaming.
I no longer must walk through this world alone!
Alright, explore.
Breaking point in the song. Explore the world we must. Time just
I joined the band because I was playing drums on YouTube and wanted to be a part of something that was more than that, more than just playing cover songs. And I went down to Texas for an audition from Pittsburgh, and I never came home 8 years later.
I was kicked out of the band before the Fallout came out. We were in the studio, and to be 100% honest with you, I wasn't that good at my instrument. I didn't really focus on my craft as much as I should have, and I got kicked out. And they went on tour with Pierce the Veil without me in Europe. That was their first time there, and then right after that tour, they got back, and I was at home, and I was reflecting on myself a lot during this time, and I realized that the only thing I ever wanted to do was play music, and I wanted to be in Crown, obviously, because I started with my boys.
I was pretty much raised in this tour from my entire young adult life, from 17 I think is when we started. I guess just adjusting to the lifestyle, trying to find a happy balance there. You know, we started out super young, and so it was like the Wild West, just pure craziness all the time, and it gets to the point where it doesn't seem like a sustainable way to live your life. We are in Kentucky, on our way to Ohio. The first show, look, there's a barn over there. It's nice. It's not as hot as it is in Texas. We're on fire every day in Texas. We got crispy, crunchy chicken, Cajun recipe, and we're about to get the show on the road.
Dude, I don't think I could do this every day.
All warmed up now.
I've been struggling with this speech impediment for my full life, and that has sort of led me down these, paths. If it was not for that, I don't think that I would be playing guitar or into music.
We are about to film a sick-ass guitar part.
Then I got a call, and they were like, hey man, we want you to come back, all this stuff. So I went back out on tour. The first thing we all did when we saw each other was give each other hugs, and ever since then it's been good. And I learned a lot from that situation though, like I was saying, because I fear failure. And because I fear failure so much, I've always just convinced myself that I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do this thing, whatever it's gotta fucking take. And that even brought that out way more when I got kicked out, because when I got kicked out, I was like, whatever it fucking takes, I'm gonna do this again.
People think, I guess that this is just some sort of fake thing. They think that I'm just trying to be, I guess, funny. I do think it does sort of make me connect with people.
There's been so many ups and downs with Crown the Empire over the years. I know personally there's been just addiction in general of touring for 6 to 8 months out of the year and living a lifestyle where your work day starts at 9:30 at night and there's drugs and alcohol all around you, and then you come home and you don't know how to live a normal life, and the people you come back to, you feel like you're almost on pause when you go on tour for 2 months and you come home and you realize that the whole world still continued even though you weren't there.
I've noticed a pattern, and I don't know where it comes from. I think it's just that, whatever that unaddressed like ache or whatever it is that drives me to get there. But I think, yeah, I've noticed a pattern. People I hate when you have like 6 or 7 shots because you're just like a monster. You're like a completely different person. You can't leave things unaddressed like that because it'll either get you later. It's like a monster in your closet. You just keep letting it get bigger and bigger and bigger.
System failure.
That was the hardest thing to overcome, is the distractions, because it felt good. It was easy to just let away from normal life and everyday things that you need to become a better person, and I didn't do that, and I was just doing drugs, and I remember I wasn't becoming a better person. I was just staying stagnant.
Steven Tyler talks about it a little bit, called like lead singer syndrome, and it's basically people just expect you to be disconnected all the time, or they expect you to be kind of aloof, and it's true. It's 100% true, and people kind of treat you differently. They don't. And I think I've kind of felt that before, like not being as headstrong with all the decisions. And I think I felt attacked before. It's just the group dynamic. It's like a pseudo democracy that we try and do, but sometimes people's emotions get involved. If you feel people are ganging up on you, I've been getting that for so long that sometimes it just comes to a head and it fucking explodes.
How it is to adjust to a real lifestyle outside of the band, because the band becomes a part of you. It becomes a part of how you live your life. It's your career. It's your hobby. It's your life.
Going through the struggles, the bullshit, we just constantly numb that like feeling. And we just constantly sort of suppress these things, and then because of that, that's why people are so fucking depressed, man. And it's like I feel like it's finally time to come out of that.
There's no change without growth, and you can't grow without pain happening to you. In wherever it needs to expand and go to. And I think just being okay without feeling okay all the time is the ultimate goal, I think, for myself. All we are is just machines. Let's become a miracle and break free from this chain. We must be more than just machines.
Anytime there's any criticism back and forth between the members, like, I need you to do this, I need you to step up in this way, it wasn't an attack, it wasn't a threat, it was just that we're all together under a like-minded goal and we're all trying to achieve the same thing, so let's help each other and let's actually achieve this.
For the future of Crown, I see us just doing the thing we do, and just as long as I'm traveling with my best friends and my brothers and making art and showing the world and having the world respond back, and whether it's negative or positive, the only thing that matters for me. And I think it'll stay like that for hopefully the rest of my life.